Welcome back to the Crypto Rain channel. I'm your host, Jay Murph, and today we're going to talk about what is going on with the market. Well, you probably noticed some things are taking off, mostly DeFi and larger cap related. So I'm going to give you my thoughts on what is going on. So let's get this party started. Join me, Rainmakers. Right, the crypto market is always changing, and keeping up with it, oh my goodness, it is exhausting. I mean, it's very fun in this part of the cycle, and we're in the part of the cycle of the bull run, which usually happens the year after the halving. We go through massive price increases, then followed by some retracement, a lot of retracement into what we call the crypto winter, which is just another term for the bear market. So let's talk about where we are now. We are on May 6th in 2021, and many of us anticipate that this bull run will continue through part of this year and might even come to a halt earlier than the previous cycles. Now, the previous cycles, last cycle in 2017, Bitcoin peaked out the middle of December. Altcoins 3 weeks later. There were some pop-offs from altcoins after that, but after pretty much those dates, there were long retracements, and the whole crypto market cap contracted tremendously. Some of the altcoins going down by anywhere from 95 to 99.5%, some of them disappearing entirely. Bitcoin retracing 85%. So it would seem that every cycle that Bitcoin does less of a retracement, as well as it doesn't have quite as much parabolic growth, but still crazy parabolic growth compared to every other asset class. So we will see how this cycle plays out. But from appearances, it seems like we're in the middle of it. Now, if we do enter a super cycle because fiat currency does destroy itself, which many of the governments are practicing things that could make that happen, then we could be in a super cycle that people flee fiat completely and go into like cryptocurrency because the governments can't keep printing them off. And so we'll see if that happens. Why don't we step over and take a look at really what's been going on by looking at Bitcoin dominance. Now, I look at this a lot to figure out kind of whether I would prefer to have my money in Bitcoin or altcoins, and what we're usually looking for is these kind of runs here. And this means a lot of the momentum is going into altcoins, and a lot of the momentum has gone into altcoins, bringing Bitcoin's dominance down to 45%. So that's a big drop from where it was at 73% right at the end of December. But at the January 1st is really we saw some massive gains on a lot of altcoins. From that time, Bitcoin did run up some, but then it's pulled back, and it's been dancing around between 50,000 to 65,000 for a while now. So let's look over where some of that momentum has been going, and the best place to start at is CoinMarketCap, and we can see that, yeah, in past 7 days, Bitcoin is up 6%. Ethereum, though, is where a lot of this momentum has been going, 27%, as well as some surprise contenders. Surprise to all of us at 96%. And I know I seem like a little bit of a snob because I totally am about Dogecoin. I prefer investments over speculation. And Dogecoin is a raw speculative token. Now, I do speculate at times. I just don't speculate on Dogecoin just because the fundamentals behind it aren't there, and I'm a fundamental investor. And so those of us who invest in projects based on like the strength of the project and like what they can accomplish and what problems they can solve, Dogecoin isn't our bag. And so though if you knew exactly what was going to happen and you were buying it at half a cent, you literally have made 120x. Was that predictable? Not so much. And the reason why this went up so much is some collusion, not illegal collusion, but collusion between some big hands that have bought a bunch and pumped it. And when something pumps like that, it fuels its own cycle. And so people buy into it because other people have made so much money onto it. and then it keeps going up. And at some point it does dump, and who knows where this will go to. I don't have any predictions for this because there are a few people that are controlling this behind the scenes. A few big wallets own tons of this, and that's always a risk that at some point those big wallets could start selling off and totally dump, because those big wallets can sell at 1 penny and still be profitable, whereas anybody buying here will get wrecked when it goes anywhere near 1 penny. And so not my cup of tea there. XRP seen a run, and we'll see how that lawsuit pans out. My guess is XRP will win it. Recently, though, Cardano and Polkadot going up by 20%, which is a big deal. Bitcoin Cash going up tremendously. So this is a lot of what's driving the Bitcoin dominance. You see this in the past couple of days. That's what's been fueling that. And so it's nice to see Polkadot and Cardano absorbing some of that momentum. I like those tokens a lot. And so, as well as Chainlink. And what it seems to me is that the crypto market, even in a bull run, tends to cycle. And so 2 months ago, if you watched any YouTube channel on crypto, you heard NFTs, Ecomi, Omi. You were hearing, Super Farm, and Super Farm was being mentioned like 100 times a day, and everything related to NFTs. And then it kind of goes to different cycles. So 2 weeks ago, everyone was talking about SafeMoon and Dogecoin. And today, the cycle is turning over to Polkadot, Cardano, Chainlink, and some of the other things. And so if you think about it, Ethereum, and which has also been taking up a lot of the momentum lately. And I like Ethereum very much. I just like some other projects better, like Polkadot and Cardano, unless Ethereum can get a handle on their scalability and their costs. They really have built the backbone for DeFi, which is amazing. And so that's why Ethereum and Chainlink and some of these other things are taking off, because a lot of the attention is turning back to DeFi. Also with that, Polygon, which really did boom about a month ago, and saw some massive increases. And so my guess is that Ethereum, Cardano, Polkadot will see some momentum for the next week or so. And eventually it will come back to NFTs and NFT projects. Let's look specifically at some of these. So we have seen since the beginning of April, so essentially a month and a few days, we have seen Ethereum outperform versus Bitcoin by a tremendous amount. And so, in fact, if we were to take the ruler, I always do this wrong with the ruler. So let's click on it. There we go. So it has gone up 113% versus Bitcoin. So if you had Ethereum, if you sold all your Bitcoin at the end of March for Ethereum, then literally you would be able to buy back twice as much Bitcoin today. And now, one of the things I always try to mention is you never want to chase where the gains are. You're trying to guess where they will be. And so, because if you're chasing this pairing now, well, who knows if Ethereum's going to continue to run versus Bitcoin? It could. It just is way less likely because now it's expensive versus Bitcoin. And if we draw our fib retracement, likely it's going to have some kind of retracement and come back to the 38.2 or even the 61.8 after such a big run. And who knows, maybe it does this little tiny retracement and then it keeps running. But I never chase large green candles, and so I don't chase things that have always been running. I try to anticipate where the momentum's been going. So I have been stocking up more on Cardano and Polkadot. I've also been stocking up on things that are not in the news. The things that I'm looking at are Split and AOS Shadows. I have been stocking up a little bit every time I get something that's peaking out, or I feel like it's peaking out in value in my portfolio. I've been picking up more shadows, and I've been looking for good opportunities for buys. Cardano, let's take a look at it. I want to look at ADA. Well, even versus Bitcoin, you see versus Bitcoin, it's taken off like this, and this is contributing to Bitcoin dominance falling, because when you have your major altcoins like this skyrocketing versus the Bitcoin pairing, that is what you're seeing. All right, so overall Bitcoin still hovering around 57,000, and it has been trading sideways for quite a while. If you look at it since 20th of February, March, April, May. So pretty soon it'll have been 3 months that it's trading sideways. And at some point, Bitcoin is going to have its breakup versus all the altcoins. So if we look at this, it's been falling like this, but this never continues forever. In fact, if you look at the previous stuff, that is a really sharp fall there. But then it flipped around. Now this is the sharp fall that happened as altcoins in the bull market went way, way, way up. And so that is a really steep fall. But if you look at this one that happened earlier in the year, right around this time, then it reversed like this and went sideways for a while, and then had a big drop down. And then Bitcoin gained in dominance for one more slide. So this is definitely sizable. Will this continue straight like this forever? Not usually. So let's look at Chainlink, because a lot of the momentum has been turning to Chainlink, and Chainlink looks to be breaking out of this pattern that it had been trading in. So it was respecting this for a while, and then it basically broke up and came back and retested. Now there was just a slight wick that went below it, came right back in, and it's testing this, and if it breaks upward from here, likely it won't come back into this pattern and will run up from here. So Chainlink is one to watch for those that trade breakouts. This is exactly what a breakout looks like, and then you look for the retest, and then if it then is breaking higher, often the momentum will continue from there. How high? Well, let's draw that out. We're going to use the fib retracement tool. I'm going to take it from here. I'm going to go from here to there. I'm looking at this big run here, and that will sometimes tell us. So take profit zone 1 would be $70, and take profit zone 2 would be 78. If you're in for a longer term hold, then up to $131, depending on what your timeline is. So there we go. There's Chainlink. Now, one I have been trading myself, this is a smaller cap DeFi coin that tends to run with Chainlink, but its swings are bigger, and this is BZRX. They have their own platform, and they have lending and other things on it. They actually did really, really well with the previous DeFi run, starting July 1st. And then there were some flash loan hacks, and they were one of the projects that essentially had a flash loan hack, and their price tanked even more than the rest of them. So I like to buy things that are on sale when that kind of thing happens. And no investors actually lost their money. The team made sure that they were whole, was my understanding. So I like to buy when the FUD is high on a project that has good long-term potential. So I have been stacking up on it back from here, and I'm just still holding it and letting it do what it's going to do. So it was way up here previously. I expect it'll go way past that, and so this is one that I've been holding, that I've been buying while it was down here, and now I'm just holding. I haven't been accumulating more because I'm happy with my position, and literally you can just stake it and earn additional rewards on it. So I have mine staked, earning additional rewards. All right, guys, that's my update on the market. I do thank you for joining me. If you haven't already, I'd love it if you subscribe to the channel. I try to give you an investor perspective on what's going on with the market. Now, I'm just a crypto investor myself. This YouTube thing is somewhat new to me. I've been doing this for 5 months, and I'm learning. I'm talking with some people on ways to make the channel better so we can continue to grow, so I can bring you good information and trying to do it in a fun way, because I find sometimes don't we get on information overload. So yeah, the more we can make it fun as well as deliver good information, great. But for now, this is where we're at. I am working on a free trading course with one of my business partners, Angel, who is an exceptional trader, and he's recorded the videos related to that. Now we're just putting it like a 3-page PDF we're putting together related to it that also have the links so that we can get that to you. It is going to be free. We will have some donation addresses, so if you do well on your trading, feel free to contribute. If not, that's okay too, but that just helps us reinvest in all of you. All right, guys, I want to thank you for joining me, and I'm going to leave it with Manuela from Argentina, who recorded the song for all you rainmakers.
Success is falling, flowing like rain. The timing's right, we're getting paid. Come on, rainmakers, let's make this happen. Let all the haters do their thing. There's no other like crypto rain. Analysis solid with reviews so good. Say goodbye to the haters and welcome rainmakers. Success is falling, flowing like rain. The timing's right, we're getting paid. Come on, rainmakers, let's make this happen.